One. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second episode of our new series called Get to Know the Drivers. Today we have our second guest, BruisedFruits10, or 13, sorry. And he is the driver of the number 10 Ford Mustang for Stewart Haas Racing. And as well, we have a new co-host who was the interviewee last episode, Logan, or NC Boy 2309. Say hello, guys.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Good evening.
Watch this be uploaded in the morning. Okay. So, Mike, how long have you been in the AARL?
I have been in the AARL, since September 2019. Prior to that, it was a league that the AARL started out of because of NASCAR banter. So Originally I started like August of 2019, but then we moved over to the AARL in September.
Yeah, we butchered that a lot. Didn't we, Logan?
It turned into something great.
Yeah, it turned into something good.
A lot of it now, so.
Yeah, that's good. All right, Logan, you want to take it away with the next question?
Oh, you want me to ask it? Okay.
Yeah, you're the co-host
my
here.
Bad. My bad. All right, Mike. So, if you had to pick a favorite track, what would your favorite track on the schedule be? This isn't just Cup Series. You could do Xfinity, trucks,
or IndyCar, or F1.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not NASCAR.
No, it's any track, anywhere.
Even dirt series, if you wanted to.
Like favorite track to spectate at, or favorite track to, just see overall, whether on TV or go to?
No matter what.
I would say, there's a couple different answers for that. I've really only ever seen the Xfinity Series racing at Michigan. Of course, I know that track pretty well, but a track I've always wanted to go to is Martinsville. Martinsville and Darlington are two of the ones that I want to go to, not just because they're anchors in the sport of NASCAR and founding tracks, but just to see cars at, different shapes and sizes. I'm used to a big track. Formula One track I would like to go to would be COTA, or even I wanted to go over to Monaco for some time now.
Monaco would be awesome. I have to agree with you there. It's on my bucket list.
I don't think F1's running at COTA anymore.
Well, no, I mean,
they still are, but I have heard there's financial troubles there.
At COTA or F1?
Because of COTA.
Okay.
Or at COTA because of COVID.
Oh, gotcha.
Getting all my acronyms messed up here.
Alrighty. So, Mike, if you had to choose between three drivers that you look up to, who are they?
The first would be Dale Jarrett. He was my idol in NASCAR growing up. Not sure what made him stick out entirely, but I just clung to Dale Jarrett for some reason. It might have been that mustache. I don't know, but I love Dale.
That number 18 Interstate Batteries car.
Yeah, Dale would be number one. Number two, I would probably say Matt Kenseth.
Yes,
the
sir.
first race I ever went to in my NASCAR life, Matt Kenseth won at the June 2002 Sirius XM 400 at Michigan. So Matt Kenseth would be one of the guys. Yeah, man, I remember it all. You want the date? I got the ticket like right out here. Hang on a second. June 16th. So, Dale Jarrett was one of my guys. Matt Kenseth was one of my guys. And the third one, it's gone back and forth over the years, but deep down inside, Tony Stewart was always one of my favorite guys when I grew up watching the sport. Maybe it's because of his attitude, and I was like hot-tempered as a kid, and I just resonated with a lot of the stuff he said. And even in our AARL races, I just wish we could crash more cars I think you'd be proud of us. So
Yeah,
those
I
are
mean,
my two
if
guys.
Well, I
if we
mean,
don't have 10 cars running, by the end of the
well,
race, then we just need to run it one-way reverse and the other half of the field forward.
well,
That
I'm,
way we can wreck more cars.
well, I mean, the last time we tried to run a figure eight, you got really mad.
Yeah. I mean, we did have that happen in a league race. So
Oh, well, I remember.
Darlington.
Yeah, Darlington.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was during my leave of absence.
Yeah. Be glad you weren't there for that Xfinity race. Okay, Logan, you want to ask the next question?
Oh, yes, sir, I can. Let me just pull it up right quick. All right, Mike. So where are you from? Where do you reside? It don't have to be, your specific town if you want to keep that confidential, but the greater area.
Well, I grew up in Livonia, Michigan, which is outside of Metro Detroit. Currently, I live 30 minutes northeast of there, out in the sticks, in a town called Heartland. It's all right. It's just country living. But yeah, I grew up big hockey fan, big NASCAR fan. I always had the Detroit Red Wings doing stuff. Tigers were all right, but they were just the Tigers, and then you got of course, Lions, but the Pistons are the bad boys. So, growing up in Metro Detroit, sports was always a big thing, and NASCAR, I remember, a lot of people were into it, and that's kind of where everything started for me. Just living in Motown, and my old man worked for Ford Motor Company, so I always and will always root for Fords,
Smart man.
or Ford. Yeah, not Fords, it's Ford. I hate when
But
people say that, but I will always cheer on the Blue Oval. And living in Michigan, it's got its benefits. Right now, it's a little cold, just getting out of the old Arctic or polar vortex, and NASCAR's coming up. We get to go back to the track, so looking
that must
forward to it.
stink for you all, only getting to being down to one race a year. I'm afraid that Bristol's going to end up the same way if Nashville Fairgrounds
It,
comes back.
I'm
you
not so
know,
sure
it,
about
it
that.
kind of. I will say on that, like, as someone who actually goes to the infield, like, I know they're not putting fans in the stands for TV. Like, that's kind of where they're getting at with some stuff. But if
Yeah.
you ever go to the infield, especially a track like Michigan, it's a 2 mile track. You can see that there's a lot of fans. So losing that race stings a little bit, just because it's a manufacturer's playground. Like, you got Chevy, you got General Motors, and you got Ford Motor Company. And now they're down to one race, and they literally do. They have a trophy for, it's called like the Motown, or I think it's actually named after Henry Ford, but the manufacturer of the race gets to keep it for a year if they win it. So they always do it. I believe it's the June race where they do it, and then they have another one where they just pass around yearly, but you actually get to keep the one from June. It's kind of like the Stanley Cup. So it's pretty cool, but yeah, it stinks that they now have an August race, because camping in the infield in August in Michigan, I can compare it to what you guys complain about. I mean, it's not as bad. I've been in the southern heat, but it'd be like that. It would be hot and humid all day, and
Oh, yeah.
it
Oh
wouldn't be
yeah.
fun, to enjoy the pops and beautiful women that walk by. So,
Well, one good thing
and
though.
men, there's some beautiful dudes in the infield. I'm not gonna lie on that.
Well, one good thing though is it kind of heats up the manufacturer battle because there is only one race there in Michigan.
Yeah, that's true to a point. So, June's always been like a lot. I mean, it can rain. It can be cool, but when rain's coming because of the fronts. But in August, it'll be pop-up showers. It'll be hot, slick racing, and sometimes it's just hard to watch.
Got
I
you.
mean, Michigan,
Hard to
ever
watch
since the
in the metal.
repave,
I'll say that. Hard to watch in the metal bleachers. When you sit in the infield, it's easier. So
I thought you meant hard to watch from a racing standpoint.
no. You see way more than what the TV shows you at that track.
Yeah, yeah.
I
The
will.
TV doesn't do it justice. I'll say that about Charlotte too. Everybody's knocked Charlotte for the past ever since they repaved it. But I mean, I was glued to the action when I actually went to the Coke 600 2 years ago. I mean, there was battles all around the field for you to watch the whole race. The TV just doesn't show that.
Right.
They just better not repave Atlanta.
Yeah, I hope not.
Come. It's gotta come. but
It's
you
gonna
know,
come, but they need to
it'll
push it back as
come
far as they
when they
can.
start peeling up the actual surface of the track, like multiple areas in a race. They'll
Right.
finish the race, but then they'll have to repave it. So
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
more
Next
sealer
question.
on that track now than there is asphalt. But yeah, next question.
Alrighty. So besides being a
got a
professional,
plane to catch.
okay.
Got to get down to Talladega.
Alrighty, next question. Besides being a professional race car driver, what is your dream job?
Well, my dream job was always, I mean, growing up, I always wanted to be a National Hockey League player. But besides that, like doing what I do now with trucking, uh, it's the second best to like a childhood dream. Like sometimes, you just won't go to that level, because there's so much talent in the world. But that's why, as a kid, I loved trucks, and my mind wasn't fully set on being an NHL player, but realization kicks in when you're in your teens. So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. So yeah, that would be it. Uh, a NASCAR driver would be sweet, but I don't know, man. I don't. There's some balls that go into those race cars. I could do it, but I don't know if I could do it for the length of time they do it.
Right.
I'd wreck
Yeah,
a lot
you're
of
not-
race cars, man. I'd be Natalie Deckering it up and down the track.
Logan's one true love.
It's different. Like I know guys that have gone to the Richard Petty experience, and it's like, yeah, it's like 150 fucking miles an hour. Oops, excuse me. Sorry for the F bomb.
Yeah,
Hey,
you had
hey,
50 miles
hey,
an
it's
hour.
fine.
Yeah.
It's
I can
fine.
do 130 on the freeway, and I'm
Yeah.
20 miles an hour off. I'm just not in a bank. So, if they took the governor off and did all that stuff, I'd give it a whirl. I'm not saying I don't have the balls to do it, but I know I would probably come out with like a brown fire suit somewhere. So I would shit myself to enjoy it. It would be that good of a feeling, like a spin cycle.
Yeah. But you'd still be scared to death.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why I always wanted to go on Wally's World. Get right up next to the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They let you do it. We did it at Michigan at 70 miles an hour. I'll take that back. We did go this past year. You could donate a toy for Christmas and take if you donated 3 toys, you got 10 laps. So we took 10 laps at 70 miles an hour. I'm not gonna lie, it's scary going that slow.
Oh, that's how
Going
Bristol
fast,
is, man.
going fast would make me feel so much better because you can literally, when you go up there at 70 miles an hour, like they let you ride almost the middle of the third lane, and you can feel your body like being pulled because of the G-force. It's ridiculous. So
that's how Bristol is. They have the Speedway and Lights deal here, and you get to go around the racetrack as part of that. They have lights on the inside of Bristol, and yeah, you can get right up next to the wall pretty much, and you're only doing like 20 or 30 around that place. So like, it literally just feels like you're gonna flip over.
something I found
it's
out
crazy,
with
man.
it is on the more bank curves, so like Bristol's pit road speed, it used to be they tried to set it lower, but they couldn't because the cars would literally slide off the track. So 70 miles an hour, you have to go. They tell you like you have to set your cruise control.
Yeah,
And if you don't and let off, like you feel the car slowly start to go down. We did it. I mean, I took it off, like I went down to 65. It's not that drastic, but you can slowly feel the car get ready to slide down the banking. It's pretty cool.
definitely for sure.
All right, Logan, you got the next question?
Yep. Just a second. All right. Well, where's it at? Where are we at? So I know you're a pretty big Netflix watcher, Mike. You like TV, you like cultural stuff like that. So, what show are you currently binge watching?
I am actually getting, after this interview, me and the wife are going to start the Cecil Hotel hunting.
Oh, my girlfriend and her mom are watching that right now, and
Yeah,
they've said it's really good.
It looks pretty interesting. I'm kind of into the paranormal and
Yeah, same here.
some like scary stuff like that. Like, I say that, and then if it ever happens to me, I'd be like the people in House or Hill House.
Yeah, same.
No, But yeah, that's what we were getting ready to watch. I watched a couple lately. I just finished. Well, I'm not quite done with it. The Last Dance with the Chicago Bulls. That's pretty good.
It's a great series.
Yeah, and growing up as like a Pistons fan in the '90s, with the Bad Boys, seeing the Chicago Bulls stuff, like you knew when you were playing the Bulls, it was a bloodbath even in the regular season. So,
Yeah, I would have loved to have been alive for that rivalry. Even though I'm not a Bulls fan or a Pistons fan, that's just one of those all-time great rivalries.
oh yeah, that's crazy. Dennis Rodman and the boys.
Yeah, Isaiah Thomas and Jordan going at it.
Yeah, Bill Laimbeer. Oh yeah, man. So Cecil Hotel, we're getting ready to start up after this, and then that's pretty much what I've been watching. There's been some good other one. I'm good in. They got some good Netflix docs, but that's the one we're getting ready to start.
Sweet.
Alrighty. Okay, what is your favorite beverage? It can be alcoholic or non-alcoholic, whatever you want to pick.
Well, I can't really say it on here, but yes, bong water. Just kidding. No.
Hey, we can set it to where only 21 and up can watch.
You can edit that. I'm kidding. No. Favorite, good Canadian hockey beer, Molson or Labatt. Those usually get you going. Can dabble into some IPAs if I want to, depending on, what the temperature's like, kind of get that coating up so you're not cold.
Now, what flavor are
But
those
party
Canadian
drink,
beers?
I would say, yes. Overall party drink, like, just to kind of, if it's going to be a long night, you always got to go with like a Jack and Coke.
Yeah.
Or even, you can have I can usually start off like with dinner with just a Jack Need or maybe on ice, but Jack and Cokes are usually the way to go with the party mixers.
So, what do those Canadian beers taste like? If you had to relate them to an American beer, domestic.
They taste like they're made from the hockey gods. So like actually right now, like I don't have any Blues Cold. That's what they're called. They're called Blues. They don't call them the Bats. Call them Blues. But I got a Bud Light, and it's just a taste. It's just a taste factor. I have had to drink Bud Lights. When I'm not in Michigan, it's just the way it is. I can deal with it, but you get a good cold Labatt Blue Light, and it is probably one of the best. John Labatt did a really good job making a beer. So that's been around since like 1890s.
Do St. Louis Blues fans drink Blue Labatts?
No, they don't. They would drink Budweiser.
Oh yeah, you're probably
That's their
right.
like biggest sponsor, and then the Milwaukee Brewers, obviously, they drink
Yeah.
Miller Lite. No, it doesn't say on the dang can. You suck.
What's your favorite kid-friendly beverage?
Kid friendly. Oh, it actually does say here. Tradition since something 47, probably 1847. Kid beverage.
Kid-friendly.
Sunny. I guess I don't know. I mean, Sunny D's good. I like Gatorade. Glacier Freeze. So that would actually be my numero uno kids drink.
Oh, Logan
Right,
said
fair.
green tea.
Yeah, I like me some Diet green tea, man.
Oh yeah, diet green tea.
All right, so if you had to pick one, your all-time favorite paint scheme, and then your current favorite paint scheme.
Oh, all-time favorite paint scheme, huh? Man, that's actually a really tough question because
Oh, for sure.
especially where the era I grew up, like you got to think, like Jeff Gordon came out with that Rainbow Warrior scheme, really lit the world on fire. Dale's scheme was traditional black, but still they were painted fresh. Tony Stewart's 2001 pumpkin scheme was
I
always one
remember
of my
that.
I
favorites.
forgot about that
Yeah,
one.
Charlie Brown.
Yeah. Snoopy was in the pumpkin.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a really hard question. I could probably start with like recent ones though. So, uh, I would probably say the throwbacks. There was a lot of them. But Buddy Baker's car that Dale Jr. drove in the Darlington race, that was a pretty good paint scheme. I mean, it's not like his everyday scheme, but I mean, a one-off race in it, that was pretty sharp. Um, I also liked, I think Denny Hamlin drove one when he won a Southern 500.
Yeah, that gray ghost scheme.
I don't think it was Gray Clips. I thought it was something else. Maybe it
No,
was.
No, it was called the Gray Ghost, wasn't it?
No, he didn't run a Grey Ghost scheme, I don't believe.
No, only Junior did.
Oh, okay.
I was like, it was like the Grey Ghost 88 or something like that.
And it made it even more special because I think Buddy Baker died a couple weeks before the race.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, that would be like most recent. But if you wanted to talk like in the last couple seasons, I always liked the Smithfield Bacon car. Always looked sharp, and yeah, I mean that's just I like bacon. But I'm still trying to think of like an old scheme. But there were so many of them back in the day. I used to configure them into NASCAR Thunder, 2003 and 2004 on my computer.
Oh yeah.
Because you couldn't get the download packs. So a lot of the ones I raced with on there, I had a Dale Jarrett one that was like a pumpkin or a Halloween scheme he ran at Martinsville. I used to run his Atlanta one in the UPS yellow store.
I remember that one.
A Dale Jr. one that I used to run a lot was his stained car that he ran at Richmond in 2003. You know what? I found a favorite one. I'll tell you what they are. They are the Chevy cars that ran, because I was thinking of Richmond. They are the Chevy cars that ran in 2001 and 2002 in the Looney Tunes 400.
I know what you're talking
Lord, no, I know what you're talking about.
You had the RCR cars
I
that ran
think
the Looney Tune scheme, and then you had Hendrick cars that also did it.
It was all the Chevys, man. Jeff Gordon had Bugs Bunny. I think Dale Jr. had Tasmanian Devil, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
There was a lot of them, dude, but those are pretty cool.
That kind of reminds me back. It was in the early 2000s, but whenever Coke sponsored like 15 cars in the Pepsi 400.
Yeah, I remember that. This is like a big fuck you to.
Yeah, and then the Pepsi driver still won.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Jeff Gordon or Tony Stewart might have won that. So.
No, Tony was he was Coke then.
Yeah,
He never got a
Pontiac.
500, did he?
Oh, it wasn't a 500. It was the 400.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I know Tony won a lot of Pepsi 400 races. He just never got that 500.
Yeah, I don't know if he really, after about 08, 09, he really ever finished a 500.
No. His best finish was second to Junior. 04.
Okay, well, on to the next question. What is your most expensive or rare diecast you own?
I have never bought any diecast, believe it or not. I have two that were given to me from my mother-in-law. They are championship editions of 2003 Matt Kenseth and 2004 Kurt Busch. She worked for Roush, so
Dude, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Everything.
I also have the 03 Kenseth Champions Edition.
Yeah, they're pretty solid. So
yeah,
those are the only two diecasts I actually own. Do I want to get into it? Yeah.
Do you got the money for it? No.
No, I mean, if I didn't have two kids in the house, yeah.
Yeah.
I would have money for it. So, yeah. It's a hobby that I'm actually looking to get into because I think it's pretty cool. And I've seen some of the ones, that have gained value over the years.
Yeah.
So, and
Well,
I heard earlier in the past interview that Logan mentioned, he had some handed down from his late uncle and grandmother. So that's pretty cool.
yeah. One tip I'll give you is anytime you're buying a diecast now, do not get color chrome, liquid color, elite, or autographed unless you have to, because it ain't worth it.
I only buy my raised twins in elite.
God, Zach,
What?
it's in your interview. But yeah, unless it's like a win car or it's a really special paint scheme, it's not really worth it to buy those. Half the time they don't get produced anyway, but
Right.
save your money and just buy the standard. Or if it comes in a 164 and it's not really that more of an important car, get that.
I got one. I'm looking at one right now. It's one I found at Walmart probably a couple months ago. It's a Kyle Larson McDonald's 42. It was the last one in the rack, and I said, "Yep." So
It's not the purple one, is it?
no, I heard you guys talk about that in the last episode.
Yeah.
So
Purple color chrome is definitely on my bucket list.
Dude, now that you said it, I'm
Of
probably going to
diecast.
try to find one because I remember it now.
Yeah, that's one of the best looking diecasts I've ever seen.
Okay, you
All
want
right.
to ask the last question, Logan?
I'll do it. I can do it. All right, Mike. So we know this answer. We know the answer to this question, but our fans don't. Between the top 3 series, what 3 drivers are you rooting for currently?
ooh. So obviously, in Cup, I'm a big Cole Custer fan. I like that guy. The General, he's one of the guys I root for. A lot of the guys I used to root for retired. So, and they've retired like back-to-back years. So it's been like every year I'm finding a new driver. So I went with the youngest guy I could this time. So he's my guy to watch in Cup. I think good things have happened since he won, and I'm not trying to be biased on it, but he got his win last year. Christopher Bell just got his yesterday or Monday. Sunday. Yeah, last Sunday. But yeah, Custer in the Cup Series, I think he's paving the way, and these guys are going to show themselves. So I might develop another one. Chase Briscoe may be that guy. He's driving the 14. I always loved the 14 because, of course, Tony Stewart drove it. In Xfinity, Austin Cindric, I really like him. I know it's going to be tough for him to get into a Cup ride, but I think he could actually, find his way in. I think if he doesn't get in this year and he rides out Xfinity, I mean, the more laps he logs in that seat, he knows the seat's going to open up, and I think he wants to be in a premier ride, and I think that could be with Stuart Haas. I know he's with Penske, but unless somebody goes somewhere,
I think he already has to ride.
He's already signed.
Next year.
He's already signed to the 21 next year.
That's right. I forgot about that. So yeah, I mean, some good things have happened from the guys that have come out of the 21, minus Trevor Baines. So, Ryan Blaney got a win with them. Matt DiBenedetto's, he's got his hit or misses. But Elliott Sadler is another guy that ran for the Wood Brothers who got a win with them and then went to another team. They're a good team to build confidence. So, Cindric would be my Xfinity guy. And trucks, I don't really know that much about trucks, and the guys I did know about went to Toyota. And like I said earlier, I root for a lot of Fords. So
you're kind of limited to David Gilliland in front row right now.
Yeah, pretty much. But there are a couple other guys that I've watched through the years down there. Matt Crafton was always one of my favorites. Probably going back almost 20 years. So he's always been one of my guys. It doesn't matter his make, but I like the guy as a driver. I know he's not a up and comer, but he's still always one to watch.
Pretty cool though that he won his 3rd championship in a Ford, and without winning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. That's.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about Matt. Anybody with the name Matt and then being super consistent to where NASCAR is thinking about changing the format.
Yeah. I just got
screwing the
one
system.
last thing to say, and there's a guy in our league that he's in a band called Grinder. That's rock. And Bronson Allman, he's better on the track than he is in the recording booth. I'll just say that. Bronski Berg 412.
The old Bronc. Yeah, I think he's a favorite around everybody in the league, for sure.
Yeah, I think everybody loves Bronski.
Yeah, he's a great guy, but he just likes his thing, and he thinks he's amazing. He's going to be the next Elvis Presley. That's rock, but that's shit. So,
I hear.
all I gotta say
do
about
I
that.
sense a little rivalry here?
Shots fired.
I wouldn't say it's a rivalry. It's just
an in-team Stuart
you
Haas rivalry.
You won't see him singing the national anthem at any NASCAR races in his final season. So.
Oh, wow, it's beef.
Dang.
We're gonna have to get Bronski's opinion on that.
Yeah, I guess
we'll get him in an interview.
I guess he'll be on next week then. Or
yeah,
no, we got.
Have him on.
You can get him on whenever. I mean, I'll let my performance on the track do the talking until then. So.
Dang.
Oh. Wow.
I mean, we're probably going to be swapping positions each week, so we'll see.
I'll say y'all two are pretty close together most races.
Yeah, we plan it like that.
On purpose, not by accident.
A plan is planned. It's on purpose.
So running in the back is also your plan?
Oh.
Running in the back of your ass or your cow's ass, whatever.
Well, I think this is a good time as
any. This is a good time to end it before Mike gets a little bit more roasty in here.
Before Bovine Brigade gets served up medium rare.
Alrighty, well.
I don't know why my publicist signed me up for this bullshit.
Hey, look, it's part of the job.
Well, and you're here so you don't get fined, of course, right?
And I am here so I don't get fined.
Yeah, Kyle Busch.
That was actually Marshawn Lynch, you damn Gen Z.
Kyle Busch says it on the
Logan.
It's the best season ever thing.
Yeah, but Marshawn Lynch is better than Kyle Busch, so.
Yeah, but Logan, we're also Gen Z.
You don't have to tell people that part.
Well, we're the elder part.
I like to think of us as millennials because we're in between. We're in between millennials and Gen Z, so
What's that span from like 97 to 02?
Yeah, something like that.
Gotcha. Alrighty, well, this is the end of this interview. Come back next week where we'll have another driver that we interview.
When the music's over, turn up the lights, turn up the lights, turn up the lights. Yeah. When the music's over,